girl. I didn't know that I would end where you begin. More beautiful in your skin. No matter of regret, this loosening curve, teasing you out when I was your girl. In my room, you said we'll stay here for an endless year. Close the door, we're letting no one near. When I was your girl, when I was your girl. And then today, all the nightmares came my way. All the tears I tried to stay. You were never satisfied. When I was your girl, when I was your girl, and when I was she, I'd put on every coat to wear the weather down. But even in the sun, you said you tasted rain. I watched you unfurl, you held on to me. When I was your girl, in my cups, I see you watching from the edge of the bed. I'm sinking words that you never said. When I was your girl, when I was your girl. And then today, I'll be keeping out your way. Every debt they owe our pain, they were never satisfied. When I was your girl, when I was your girl, we tore the page in politely quit the stage into corners sweet outrage. I would never leave you crying. When I was your girl, when I was your girl, when I was your girl. When I was your girl.
But now it's time to meet our first guest, who shot to fame with her iconic look and amazing vocals as part of the band Yazoo. Since then, she's become an incredibly successful solo artist, selling millions and millions of records and maintaining her reputation for being the woman with one of the best voices in the industry. Please welcome Alison Moyet. This is your first time on Loose Women.
It is, yeah. First time
it's
ever.
Fantastic that you could come on. I have already backseated your new album.
Yeah,
Other than girls, they're all trembling, but I've backseated it. And this new album is the first one for about 5 or 6 years for you?
I believe so, so I'm told, yeah, on terrible days, I remember nothing.
We don't know what day it is. We don't know what year it is anymore. And it's called The Minutes.
Yes.
And then you're going to sing the first single from this
yes,
a bit later on in the show, aren't you? Which we can't wait for. Looking amazing. It's fantastic.
Thank
How's
you.
life?
Yeah, really, really good. Mental busy, you know. It's like I've just moved. I moved city at the same week the album was coming out, and then my son's getting married, and then I'm going on tour. So it's like...
Women do that, don't they?
Yeah.
We always do things at the same time. Why do we do that?
I don't know. Are you stressed out at all? You've just been on about stress.
Well, I think I sort of like just live a sort of like general level of stress. Just think there's always just a general level of stress. But I think it's like you were saying, you know, it's like how hard is it really?
I want to ask you about the music on this album. It's a return to the sound we know and love. Electronic.
I wanted to work with electronica for a long time, but it's about meeting the right person to work with, which is really difficult because I tend to not go out much, you know, and I try not to meet anyone. So if you
can help it,
if I can,
it's a good way of living.
But the record company said they'd found someone that I should work with, and I didn't want to look truculent or difficult. So I said, "Oh, I'd go for a meeting," thinking it was going to be one of those horrible, you know, you sit down and they work with everyone for an hour and somebody else. But it turns out the bloke that I met was absolutely fantastic. We spoke the same English and just had a really brilliant time making the record. And the other great thing is we had no record deal because, you know, you get to my age and they only want covers, don't they?
Yeah.
So, you know it is. And so we made the record on our own and then just took it to a record label after that, which was
So it was all packaged and done, that's it?
Well, not so much packaged, but I mean, it was mastered,
finished.
yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
God, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Because, you know, it's like, you know, I think the best work is what you make when you're a bit of an ingenue. You're left to your own devices. As soon as you have a bit of success, everyone wants to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And they don't have a clue half the time, you know.
Well, your experience with the record industry was one where it's kind of not acrimonious, but they didn't seem to understand what was going on in your head.
I think they'd forgotten what they bought, you know. It's like they got someone who, you know, come up through punk, had come from this little independent label, and I know that I'd, you know, had mainstream success, but that was by accident, you know. I wasn't aiming for that, you know. And then when you've got a voice that's considered like a, you know, and I don't mean to sound Larry, but a traditionally good voice, they think that all you want to do is showboat. They miss the point that sometimes you want to do nursery rhyme singing, you know. Sometimes it's about the song, it's not always about just going, you know, tits and teeth.
Yeah. I mean, it's terribly brave of you, though. It's terribly brave of you, though. And did you find that, you know, obviously electronica back in the 80s, the technology is advanced so much? Was it just like just mind-blowing?
Well, no, not too much. I mean, the great thing about starting off when you're working with those analogue instruments is that everything could only be done as like a single line. There was no big kind of chords, and so consequently there was a lot of melody and a lot of space to the voice, which is, you know, it's brilliant for a singer. But Guy, who I've worked with, not only is he brilliant with technology, but he started off as a harpsichordist at Cambridge, you know.
Oh, wow.
So his musicality is absolutely fantastic, but he's got like a really kind of left field brain as well at the same time. So real perfect combination for me, that musicality along with wanting to take some chances.
Please tell us that you're going to be touring.
No.
Oh, yeah, you are. No. When do you start touring, Alison?
I tour in October.
So, and it's the album and everything?
It's the album, and the great thing about this is because it is going to be kind of screens and computers, it means I can do that early material in the you know, the essence it is intended in, you know.
I've actually seen you on stage, I saw you in smaller.
Oh, did you? Was that the beginning of the run or the end?
It was Manchester, I don't know when that is.
No, me neither.
It was amazing. So the best things that I went to see it with my friend Saran Jones, and we sat in the middle and cried. It was just beautiful.
Oh,
you and Dawn were just amazing, absolutely amazing.
I want to ask you a little bit about agoraphobia, because one of the reasons you kind of vanished off the radar was your agoraphobia was so bad.
Yeah.
How have you conquered it now to go back on tour?
I think having kids does that for you because you have no choice about sort of saying I'm not going to go out. But it's a weird thing when you're a bit of a black sheep, as I always was, you know, and I was left to my own devices, and then suddenly you become famous overnight. And I don't mean to sound, you know, I don't mean to sound ungrateful because, you know, the very fact that happened to me meant that I could spend 10 years going no. So I genuinely appreciate it. But when you are a bit odd looking, when you're kind of a bit of an odd girl, then people don't just like notice you. You get a lot of staring and talking, like, you know, did you see that? Have a look at that. And, it's awful. Yeah, at my age, I don't care, but at 21, it's a bit mortifying. And also, you know, everyone that you meet is like really, you know, seemed urbane and educated, you know, and I left school at 16, and I came from a really awkward family where people didn't come round, you know, so I said, you know, I used to talk like that all the time. And I just say the wrong things and shame myself. I'm not going out anymore.
Was getting married a second time part of kind of feeling calmer?
I think I'd got calmer there, but also the great thing about David, my husband, is he's no, you know, he takes, well, I say great thing, it's flipping horrible. he doesn't indulge me at all. Do you know what I mean?
No,
So there was none of that. But actually, that really does save you at the end of the day, you know. And that's the great thing about it, is the very little rattles my bones now, you know. I'm in that brilliant stage, and I love middle age for that reason. I expect nothing. And I'm not bitter when it doesn't happen, but when something does happen, it's like, fantastic, that's great, you know.
Still happening.
Yeah, that's lovely.
We are so excited. We are so excited, Alison,
I can't
that you're
believe
back.
it.
The
We are.
album's amazing, the tour.
Oh, thank you.
It's just going to be great. And yeah, welcome back. It's just good to see
welcome
you.
back.
Thank you.
And just in case you didn't know, The Minutes, it's out now, on tour later this year,
Yes.
and you're going to sing the first single from the album
I am.
later on in this show, When I Was Your Girl. Yeah, oh, fantastic. Alison Moyet.
Thank you.
Competition time.